Hello, everybody. I am coming on today just to do February's pages with you in my journal here. I think I'm finally over doing the live last week. That was so horrifying. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. Even though it's not live, I like to pre-record. That way, if I totally blow it, I can go back and do it again. So today I'm using some printables. This is the um, Junk Journal Hive printable. That's the book. And then my printables that I'm using today, I have, let me see who sold them. I bought them from Etsy. One of them is mine. There's a few parts that are from my kit that you can get for free in my group on school. Let me see. Let me go into Etsy real quick. And I'll tell you who's these ones. Let's see. What is her name? What is her name? Oh my goodness. Can't believe I can't come up with her name. Sorry, because I'm trying to get online, it's going to take forever. But these are so cute. And if you've uh, watched anything that I've done before or read any of my blog posts, you'll know that I'm not a big Valentine's person. So I liked this. Why is it not letting me? Here, let me try one more time. There we go. Okay. I'm sorry, Emma Parrish. This was from Emma Parrish Artist on Etsy. And then the other parts that I'm using, and you saw me use them last month too, those were, let me see, I might buy a lot of stuff on Etsy. I love, love, love printables. Where is it? Oh, here they are. Here they are, right here. These were from In the Pocket Design, and that's all of these right here, these pieces here. So those are the kits that I'm using from those two people, and then my own and from Junk Journal Hive on Facebook. All right, now that I got that done, I'll show you what I'm going to do. It is really, really warm today in Colorado. It is, well, it says 56 on Alexa. It says 68 on my one that I have outside my camper, but inside it's 81. Campers get really, really, really hot. But I'm in Greeley right now, Greeley, Colorado. And if you know anything about Greeley, Colorado, it is very stinky here most of the time. There's a lot of cattle around here and a lot of dairy farms, and it's not pleasant. So these all came, this is going to be a book, and they came with a bunch of little pieces here, a lot of hearts. I cut them just because it was uh, relaxing to cut, not necessarily because I'm going to use them all. So let's see, this was my January, and I went back through and I added some scriptures in here. So now I'm right here for, it doesn't help that I wore a hoodie today, thinking it was going to be chilly because I froze yesterday. And then it wasn't chilly at all. But here's my stuff to start out for February. Grab some glue. And I usually I start and end this with the other camera so you can see me, but not today. Not today. I have been working and working and working on a project, a family project, and today I haven't put any makeup on. My hair is still in its messy bun from sleeping. So today, nope, you don't get to see me today. Okay. I love these kits. She does them singly, but then she has ones for the entire year too. Let me see if I can get more light here. I don't think that's any better. Better for me, not so much for the camera, right? And then pop this little guy on here. You know, I meant to grab some foam squares. Let me go grab that. Let me pause for just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with my little foam squares, and I'll show you what I do with those. I have actually a lot more than this, but these ones were sitting out, so I grabbed these. These ones came from Stampin' Up. I used to sell Stampin' Up. These ones I think just came from Michael's. And what I'm going to do here is last time I did this, I put a little gesso on here when I was over here doing this. I used what was left on my paintbrush and kind of went over and gessoed some of these pages. There, that says A Little Book of Love. And I'm going to put some foam dots on here so you can see they're dimensional, so it'll lift it up. Put that there. See, do I want to do this flat? Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that flat. So even though I'm not doing this live with you, you can watch it, get some ideas. You can get your stuff and pull it out, pull your stuff out and pull this video up and craft along, and while I'm doing mine, whatever you'd like. It inspires you to get your stuff out and work on it. Okay. So in here, when I did the first part, I had decided to do roughly 4 pages per month. I think that leaves me like one short by the end of the year, but it'll be okay because there might be some months when I don't have a lot of stuff. Like, I don't know. You never know. So here, I'm going to take these, and so these are meant to make a little book. They do come with a cover. You can make it just into a book all by itself, but I used pieces of the cover for other things. You cut all these out, you glue them together, and then you glue the spine and everything onto this to make a book, an independent little book. But I'm going to actually put them in here to use them like that. This was the spine of the book. It says a little book of love, but I thought that was cute, so I cut it out and put it there. So now these, I'm just going to go around and glue together. And they probably won't line up super perfect because I cut them all by hand. I started to cut them on with my brother's Scan and Cut, which I would prefer because I'm not big on fussy cutting. But I did do it this time because actually the hearts aren't so bad, and that I found pretty relaxing. But usually I would use my brother's Scan and Cut for fussy cutting. Because I don't enjoy it. But hearts aren't so bad. But that means that these are all just a little bit wonky, and so I'll go back and work on that. So the big problem with the Brothers Scan and Cut is if there's not clearly defined borders, sometimes it has a hard time seeing, and that's what I had. The first one cut really good. I don't know which, probably that one because looks like the smoothest cut. But it cut really well the first time. Then after that, not so much. I had to, it just couldn't see it. I had to go around and if you take a marker or a pen or whatever, you can go around, you know, draw around it and give it a border, and that way Scan and Cut can see where it needs to be cut, because sometimes it just can't tell, especially if it's really light. Now, and it could not tell on these, so I just scrapped it and cut them myself. But these pieces, back on this page, you can see that they have that black border, and so those cut really well, except for it didn't pick up on the hollow spots, so I just did those. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. I have another tutorial on here somewhere where I show how you can do that, but it's got to pick it up. It's got to be able to see that. Okay. Last one here. All right. So now I'm just going to go through and clean up the edges. I meant to grab my ink and bring it over here to ink all these edges too. And I left it on the other side of the room. Okay. Isn't this the cutest little book? I thought it was so sweet. And it's not super lovey-dovey. I mean, it is. Love should be celebrated every day. I'm not against love. I just don't care for Valentine's Day. I think it's for kids. Valentine's Day is for kids. I don't think it's so much for adults, but that's just me. I think it's just a fun time for kids. I don't think there's anything weird about it. I had a teacher that did not me, I should say. My son had a teacher that did not believe in celebrating Valentine's Day. And when I asked her why, she said, because we all know what Valentine's is really about, and it's not for kids. And I thought, love? Valentine's Day is really about love. Why wouldn't that be for kids? So, yeah, her and I clashed a lot that year. She was not a nice person. I was very glad when my son was out of her class. But I very much think Valentine's is for kids. I don't think it's for adults. We should be celebrating love all the time. I've almost got them here. This is the last one. So I'm doing a project for my family right now. Our mom's 90th birthday is in March. So I am making t-shirts for all of us with my Cricut. Just kind of a fun thing. There are 8 of us siblings. So we chose rabbits as our theme. We thought that was pretty funny. My dad passed away. Be 4 years this summer. Passed away right before my 50th birthday. My parents were older when they had me. And I am the youngest. I am number 8. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. It's a little off there still. Let me go grab some ink. I'll be right back. I'll ink this up. Okay, and I'm back. I had to get a cup of tea while I was there because I heated my kettle twice already today, so I was like, I need to get some water, or I need to get some tea made. So this is Celestial Seasonings cinnamon apple spice tea, and then I put a packet of spiced apple cider in it too. It's so good, so good. Okay, now I have my ink. Not going to bother inking this side. It's going to be glued here, as this side's going to be glued here. So I'm just going to go around and real quick ink the edges up. You don't have to ink. I just like the way it looks. I am working on a list of my favorite Amazon products. They're my favorite crafting products that I got on Amazon. I am working on putting a list together. It's just, you have to be like really, really up there to get a influencer list on Amazon. You can't just make a list. That'd be lovely, but I can't. So instead, I have to do it the hard way and make my own list for my own website and go to each item I've purchased and collect the link. It's kind of a pain in the butt and time consuming. But I am working on putting together a list of my favorite crafting items. And this will be on there because you can tell it's well loved. This is my distress oxide called Vintage Photo. And this one's probably the most popular among crafters. Everybody likes that browned old edge look. But they have lots of different colors. What was I doing that I used pink for the other day? That might have been on, oh, it was on my tags. It was on my Facebook Live last week that I did for paper crafting and junk journaling on Facebook. And those videos, as well as the playlist for them, for all the videos for that, can be found in my school too. I linked for all of it. Okay. Sorry, I keep pulling that back toward me. My apologies. I think I've explained in another video, I tend to get T-Rex arms and pull everything in tight. Almost there. Probably, I'm getting used to editing now these videos, so I will probably go in and maybe cut some of this part out. But some of the gals that I follow for business stuff, they said you got to put out the crappy videos before you can make the good videos that all YouTubers do it. You gotta just get in there and do it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just getting in there, showing up and doing it. Except for I still don't like doing live. Just gonna say, don't like it. Okay. All right, that's done. Whew. I'm not sure why I made tea. 82 degrees in here now. I could probably just turn the AC on, but I really don't want to right now because it's February. Why am I putting the AC on in February? Probably just me being super stubborn. But you know what? It is what it is. People in the warm states are probably going, what? That's crazy. But I born and raised in Colorado, and I'm in Colorado right now. Not usually. I don't usually get stuff in Colorado. Usually we're everywhere but Colorado. Oops. Okay, so I did both the front and the back because I need it to sandwich in here, and I'm a little bit worried about getting it to sandwich in correctly. I'm going to put it where I want it, lay it down, and then close it up. Maybe this will work, maybe it won't. We'll see. Hey, that worked out pretty good. So, whoop. There's some wobbly spots. That's okay. It's a junk journal, not a perfect journal, right? Junk journal. Okay. Now, because I don't do Valentine's Day, I printed out another. This is from my printables, and it's just got a bunch of little scripture cards. So I'm going to put those throughout this, along with some of her hearts and stuff, because they are really cute. And I'll tell you, she gave pockets, but there's not enough of them. There's only three, I think. 3 pockets. Let's see. Yep, these 3 right here. And these pockets go right like this. Cute. You can pop stuff in there. But there's only 3 of them. There's not a whole lot. So, I mean, it's just a rectangle. I don't think it'd be that hard to make more if you desired to put more in there. But I'm going to come through and kind of find some spots to put some tags. And might cut them down a little bit to fit a little bit better. Because I like celebrating the Lord's love best. Even though I have been married for 33 years, and I do like celebrating that love too. But as much as my husband loves me, if I did something for him like this, he'd probably be like, "What?" No, he wouldn't. He likes the things I make. But what's he going to do with it? I don't like, I used to do Stampin' Up. I used to make cards. But I never really was big on giving cards because I just felt like, you give a card and people are like, "Oh, that's so sweet." Now, some people save them. Some people do save them. I have been known to save some cards. I have all of the letters that my husband wrote me when he was in the Army and we were separated. I've got all those letters still. And that was 30, well, that would have been 33 years ago, yes, because it was right before we got married that he courted me through letters. And then he came back and we got married. We got engaged and got married 5 months after we met. And we've been married for 33 years. It'll be 34 years this year. I'm just picking out different scriptures. If you guys notice, I fixed my camera issue where it kept jumping in and out of focus. Yep, I figured out how to do that, how to fix that. Turns out you have to turn the autofocus off so that it won't do that. So now it doesn't do that anymore, and I'm very happy for that. I'm sure you guys are even more happy for it. It's no longer jumping around, zooming in and out of focus. But I'm learning, always learning. I've made a few videos here and there over the years, but I really just started being serious about making videos last month. I just decided I was going to do this, so I started last month, and here I am, just showing up. Oh, yeah, so what I was saying with Amazon, yeah, you have to have 1,000 followers, thousand followers to be considered an influencer and be able to make your list on Amazon. Otherwise, you have to do what I'm doing and make a list off Amazon, and it's a pain in the butt to do, but I am slowly doing it. I have a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of things to add, that I enjoy using. These tags are so cute in here. Well, I could have gone around those with ink too. Yeah, but I didn't. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's all good, right? Some of these are just really too big. Well, I think I'll leave that as it is for now. I don't know. I had another plan, but I don't. Well, I can do it in here. So this says, "You have my heart." But there was a thing that the letters cut out said, "Love you." And I put the love over here. And so I think what I might do here is clip off heart, clip off you, the you have my heart. I think that'll be cute. I'm going to do it not flat, I think. Actually, I'm going to do some of it flat. I'm going to pop this up for sure because it's so small. Some of these tiny ones. Oops, it helps if you get it on there in the middle. Okay. Yeah, that's what I will do. That way it gives it a little more, lets it stand out a little bit more since it's so small and everything else is so big. I'm going to ink this one to make it pop a little more. So if you love hearts, you'll love that kit because there's tons of beautiful hearts that go with it. Actually, both kits have some really pretty hearts, but there's a lot of hearts with the Emma Parrish kit. It's almost time to put more glue in here. Okay. Perfect. All right. I was going to use a little one, but I went with the big one. All right, and the last page I'm going to do is using pieces from my kit, which is this butterfly and these letters here that spell loved. These ones are from the monthly kit. And this girl was actually a fairy that was on the one of the hearts. It was actually the cover for the Emma Parrish book, the little book, heart book. But I cut out around her, and then I'm going to put this on here. Let's see, let me do this part first. So these little guys, they don't have a border. I'm just learning how to make kits and stuff and using Canva to make them because I'm just still learning all the other programs, and it's a lot to learn. But it's hard. You can't really outline the letters, um, or I haven't found a way anyway to outline the letters for cutting on the for cutting it out on the without obviously hand drawing around them. I could do that too, but I didn't for using the scan and cut. Sorry. So I just hand cut them. Don't like fussy cutting, but boy, am I getting used to it. Not that I mean, I've I've been making journals for a long time. I started with paper crafting in 2017, and making books and stuff. Um, I like making handmade journals, but this paper crafting stuff. So I usually use my brother's scan and cut for the fussy cutting. So a lot of the kits I buy are really good for being able to be used that way. Some of them are not. Okay, put that on there. Yeah, I realized, wow, it's almost Valentine's Day. We're almost at the middle of the month. Better get it in gear and get my pages made. I think she just came out with a thing for a kit for this month, but I haven't looked at it yet. It probably has something really super cute in there, and that's with the Junk Journal Hive on Facebook. I think I saw something in there today, but I didn't open it up because I was on my phone, and it doesn't open well on my phone. Okay. Oops. Well, I didn't space that out very well, did I? That's okay. And this gal, if you've watched my videos, you know Glue every single time. Glue is an issue for me. Every time. Don't know why. It just is. Okay. I'm going to show you something with these, the butterflies, and you can do it with any printable butterfly. Almost any. I shouldn't say any. Almost any. Depends on how wide the body is. But if the body has a little bit of width to it, I'll show you a cool trick. Okay. So if you take your butterfly and you kind of bend it up on one side of the body, bend it up on the other side of the body, then you get this little flat spine here. And then you glue that down. Now I kind of rolled these wings out a little bit. This is a pretty good sized butterfly. I am going to come in and ink a little bit on it and on the back too, because you'll be able to see the back. I could have printed this with the pretty back, but I did not. I'm going to go around both sides. In this kit, in my school, I do have a pink backing paper you could print out on. Okay, so now you're just going to glue right in the center. Come on, glue. A little bit longer. Just last a little longer for me. There we go. Okay. Then pick where you want to put it. Glue that center down. Oop. And then you have a nice little 3D butterfly on your page. And when you close your book, it'll just push it flat. So it'll be fine. All right. Now I'm going to add a scripture here. Oops, I meant to chomp those corners first. I'll go back and do that. And this one everybody should have heard. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. John 3:16. That is the King James Version. And I've explained why I use King James, because there's no copyright on it. So I don't have to worry about getting in trouble for, using Bible scriptures. I think I am going to do this one popped up a little bit. But yeah, the newer versions, they are copyrighted by the publisher, so I can use them, but I can only use like 500 scriptures out of them. And so it's just easier just to use a copyright-free version. That was already done. Good grief, come on. Okay. And I'm going to put that right there. But I have one more thing that I'm going to show you guys. And this is just so simple. But you will need a tool for it. These are jewelry pliers. I got these, I think, just at Walmart, and or no, Hobby Lobby. And it's kind of like this set is kind of like an all-in-one. It's got the wire cutter down there. It's got this part that you can flatten them, and then it's got these round things at the end. You can buy kits that have them all separate. I don't do a lot of jewelry stuff. I do a little bit for my journals, but not a lot. So I just bought the all-in-one tool. So what I'm going to show you is how to take a plain old paper clip and just fancy it up a little bit. And where can I get it? There we go. See, I just curled the ends up and made it a little fancier. That's a regular old paper clip. Here's one, a rose gold one that's bigger. And then here's one that I did it with. Then I took tickets. You know, a lot of junk journals have tickets. I just folded some tickets over and glued them on here. I got glue all over my hands. Glued them on here. Punched 3 holes with the and put the grommets. I can't think of what they're called. Grommets is what's coming to my mind. And then I did these little beady things on there. Then you could take something like this and you can put it in your journal. Try it up here. There we go. So you could put it like that on your journal. Tuck it in a little more. And then it just makes a little dangly on your journal. If you'd like. Just something a little extra blinging it up. Oh, speaking of blinging it up, I have my little piece of lace that, see, I had lace on here. I got a pink piece of lace for here. And then I'll go back to and I'll add some more little blings here, and then next month I will show you what I did with that. Okay, so how you do those paper clips. I'm going to do it on here because it's easier to show you with the big paper clip. Really easy. You just get underneath. Don't slide out like I did that first time. You get underneath there. You pinch it in there. And then you're going to hold it and you're going to roll. And that makes that little curl. And you can just leave it at 1 if you want to. Or you can do both of the ends. Same thing. Get it worked in there. Oop. Ah, good grief. Really? Have patience. Get it in there and then just hold it tight and roll to bring it around. And that's how you can just fancy your paper clips. Just a simple paper clip. Okay, so last thing I'm going to do here is find some little piece of pink lace. Those are all really thick. That one's not too bad. I got some cute ribbon there. Maybe I'll just do some of this chiffon this time. Let me pull some of that out and see if I like it. This is a paper studio that's from Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Who does paper studio? I can't think. Hobby Lobby. I had to think about that for a minute. I've had these for a while. I bought them for another project a long time ago. Didn't ever use it. Let's get a tight knot there. Do I want to use that on there? Well, I kind of like the see-through part of it. I think I will. Okay. So, get my Fabri-Tac. Stuff is so stinky. Now, I want to put it as is or kind of fold it. Let me see. See if I fold it, how that might look. I think I like it. A little more Fabri-Tac down for the other side. Okay, underneath that heart, there we go. All right, I'll trim. And just barely a little bit up there. All right. Yep, I like that. And that's how she's looking now. Pretty cool. Can't wait for next month. All right. Love you guys. Bye.